with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I want to shout out Plies one more time for that intro song. It's actually a full song that he did, but we had to chop it down because we couldn't play the full song every day for the intro. But I do really love the fact that before anything started, I did have a theme song. So thank you again to Plies, and shout out to Florida for that. But it's going to be a fun show today. Black Zack and Renni Rucci are going to be joining us. Black Zack from South Carolina and Renni Rucci, they're from the same place. Renni Rucci is also on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so we're going to talk to them about their cute relationship, but also Black Zack and his music, and Renni Rucci and her progress and how she's been evolving, what she's planning to do for music coming up. All right. But in the meantime, let's spread some love and positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150 is a number. Anybody that you want to say, you know what, I love this person. They're doing something phenomenal. It could be a family member. It could be a complete stranger. I woke up today and I saw earthquake was trending. Dan, did you see it? Every day I wake up and I look at what's trending after I look at my bank account.
I did not see this.
Yeah, apparently there was a earthquake, I think, in LA. I'm trying to figure out what happened.
I was thinking about the comedian.
That's what I thought at first too. Funny. So that's why I said earthquake is trending. I was like, what did he do? But then I looked it up and I saw that there was an actual potential earthquake. So yeah. All right. Well, anyway, let's spread some love. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150 is a number. Call us up and let us know. Let's spread some love. It's way up.
We gon' light the block up. I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time to shine a light. I'm still looking at this earthquake stuff, too, on social media. It says San Bernardino, but it also says Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Turkey, all these different earthquakes that are trending right now, even in China. All right, well, I want to shine a light today on Detroit. And to my guy, Prevail, he's opening his Privé nightclub. That's going to be happening soon. And we're actually planning something big there for Way Up with Angela Yee for when it's time to celebrate 1 year on the air. February will actually be 1 year. So that's in a couple of weeks that we'll be celebrating our 1 year anniversary. Does it feel like it's been longer or shorter than a year?
I think it's flown by.
You think it's flown by?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah. We'd love some support up here, guys. Just putting that out there. But anyway, shout out to him because he definitely was like, we want you to do your party here. The club's not even open yet, but I just saw him post his $40,000 ice machine that he has in the club. And when you see it, they also want us to do a lip service live there. And so just a lot of different potential. So I appreciate anybody that's like, we want to help support what it is that you have going on. 800-292-5150. Who do you want to shine a light on? What's up, Alexis? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Angela?
I'm good, thank you. Who would you like to shine a light on today?
I would like to shine a light on those Detroit Lions.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, now. How you feeling? I know it is a movie out there.
It is. The city has been going crazy. We are so proud of our boys. And no matter what they say when we hit San Fran, we about to go crazy.
Oh, now did you bet some money?
No, I ain't gonna do it.
I feel like if you go on down to Motor City Casino and bet that money, it might, you might get them some good luck.
Listen, it just might happen. I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to let you know what happened.
Okay, and I deserve like at least 20% if something happens.
I got you.
All right, thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you can always do that. And Shine a Light, we'll play it during Last Word. And when we come back, we have your Yee team, Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. Do they have a potential lawsuit? We'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee tea. All right, well, people are saying that Drea Michelle is allegedly pregnant by Jalen Greene from the Rockets, and that's because she had on overalls and the way that she was walking. So this is something that has not been confirmed. It's really just a rumor that's been on social media. Even them dating, they have never officially announced that they were dating, but people have said that, and they allegedly have been spending a lot of time together. The reason why this became a story is because she's 39 and he's 21. I feel like guys do that all the time, though. So, what is the issue? What do you think, Dan, my producer?
I'm not mad at him.
You're not mad at him?
At Jalen? No.
Yeah, I mean, some people are celebrating. They're saying she's securing the bag. He's in the third year of his $40 million rookie contract, and he'll be doing a max extension soon. But, I think people do it all the time, and he's legal, she's legal. Whatever is meant to be is what it is going to be. Right? Right. All right. Now, speaking of couples, let's talk about Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug. We all know the two of them have been dating. Mariah the Scientist has been open about it. They've done songs together. Even before he went to jail, it was speculation. It is now confirmed. When Mariah the Scientist was on Way Up, this is what she had to say about going to visit Young Thug in jail.
He gets one visit a week, and I do attend every week.
How often do you guys talk?
Every day, all day.
Really?
Unless he's in court. So.
Don't you feel like you got to know him a lot better in jail, as far as conversation wise?
Right. Jail solidified our relationship.
Which she said is a weird kind of thing, but it did, right? They're talking on the phone all the time. Well, one of their visits in jail leaked, which I've never seen this happen before, but here's what that sounded like.
What's up, baby? Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
I miss you, and I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Thanks for my gifts. I'm very appreciative.
And then she talks about the chain and the bracelets and things that he gave her. Now, Drake weighed in on social media. He said there's got to be some form of jail misconduct. You're going to drag this talented man and not be able to control your employees using his personal business for their own gain. Somebody benefited from this video even existing, and that's shameful. Whole case is a wash. Just three the guy and let him come home and continue bringing light to Atlanta. It does seem crazy.
He's 100% right.
That something like this could happen. Meek Mill said this is a top tier lawsuit. Your personal call not supposed to be on the street. I'm curious to see who is the person who did this, because I have to imagine it shouldn't be too hard to find out.
Someone's getting fired.
Yeah, because who had access to even be able to do that? And so they need to find that out, and they need to be made an example out of. I wonder if this is going to affect his case at all in any way, because there's been a lot of things that are going on that makes it seem like y'all don't know what y'all doing. All right, now Megan Thee Stallion has put out a teaser for her new song, and this is aimed at her haters, and I don't know if it's anybody specific, but it's called Hiss, and it's going to be coming out tomorrow. Listen to this.
I just want to kick this shit off by saying f*** y'all. I ain't got to clear my name on a mother thing. Every time I get mentioned, one of y'all get 24 hours of attention. I'm finna get this shit off my chest and lay it to rest. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. I don't know who's about to get it, but we about to find out.
She talking to us?
Dan,
we interviewed Party.
Okay.
You interviewed Party.
Yeah, but we wasn't hating on her. It's an interview. He had a project that came out that day. It wasn't all about that, and it wasn't like we believe you, we agree with you. It was more like questions, like you put out a song. Their relationship was very public, and I don't think that should mean he's not allowed to say what he needs to say.
That's fair.
Yeah, so that is your Yeetie, and when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. I ain't gonna lie, I had a long night last night, but part of it was a lot of waiting, and we'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
Yeah. Last night.
So, about last night.
Last night.
Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. And I thought this would be interesting for anybody who's listening. There's so many people that are starting their podcasts and working on things like that. And so Dan, who's my producer, who's here, is also the producer for my Lip Service podcast. Yes. And so last night we were actually doing the podcast, and things ran late. And sometimes that's hard, because part of what we have to do, and I just want to say for anybody who's also starting a podcast, you don't necessarily have to go to a studio to do a podcast. They actually have whole podcast setups that you can do from your laptop, that you could do from anywhere, that you can move around, that are mobile. But we actually go to Engine Room Audio. That's where we do our podcast from. And we were interviewing Lunel. And so that interview is going to come out on Tuesday. So shout out to Lunel, who, by the way, had her first ever Broadway appearance. She did Chicago. So she did the opening monologue. Tamron Hall had her on the show. and she knew that Luenell came from a background when she was back home in Oakland, in the theater, on the stage, before she was doing stand-up. And one of her dreams was to be on Broadway, so she was able to do that opening monologue for Chicago. So I love that, to see that Black women helping each other out in support of their dreams and surprising her with something positive like that. Because Luenell's had a great past couple of years. I mean, she's been very consistent in this business, but she just had her Netflix special that just came out. Now she's done Broadway. She's working on other things about her life that should be coming out sometime in the near future. But it's nice to have those things going on. But unfortunately, she was late because she had a lot of things happening beforehand. So I know she's never late to anything. So we were very sympathetic to the fact that I know that's not what her intention was. But it did push back everything that we had going on. So I want to say, for everybody out there that wants to do a podcast, Dan, as a producer, what's some advice you would give people who are doing something like starting a podcast, or they have one, but they're trying to figure out how to get it to the next level?
That's a good question. Definitely, you want to do what's organic to you. You don't want to try and think about what other people want to hear, because there's always a market, there's always an audience for everything. So what you love, there's other people that love that too. Mm-hmm. So if you try and be fake and inorganic and just try and appease what you think the audience wants to hear, then it's not going to come off properly. But if you stick to what's in your heart and what you love, then the audience will come, because everyone loves everything.
And I say technically invest on the audio of it, because it has to sound good. It's really difficult to listen to something that you're like, oh, this is muffled, it's not clear, the volume, whatever it is, just make sure you invest in microphones.
That also doesn't mean spending a lot of money on microphones. You can get a cheaper microphone for $100. There's like Shure, it's like SCHURE, that's the brand.
I think it's SHURE.
SH, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But they have affordable mics, and there's like plugins that you can download on your computer that make everything sound really crispy after, so you don't have to spend $400 on a microphone.
All right, Dan, we got to wrap.
Yes, we do.
I
We
know
got to keep it moving.
I know you're very passionate
well,
about
you
this.
asked the question.
I know, you're very passionate. Anyway, that was about last night. And we'll give you guys some more tips if you guys are interested. You can always reach out to Dan, too. I'm sure he'll talk to you one-on-one. But when we come back, another person who's behind the scenes normally here, Nayv, who runs our boards, he was solicited yesterday. And I want to talk about successful online dating stories. Have you met somebody online and successfully had a relationship? We want to hear those stories to encourage him to follow up on this woman who is sliding into his DMs, all right? So call us up, 800-292-5150. We only want to hear your success stories about online dating. It's Way Up.
Do this. Yeah.
Yo!
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
Yes, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. What day is today? Thursday? All right. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow I actually got to go to Memphis to St. Jude's Children's Hospital benefit. Shout out to my girl, Nikki Sparrow. But right now, we are trying to help people in this studio. Nayv, who is on the board. You here to laugh? Do it again. Wow, laugh on command. Somebody called up for Tell Us a Secret, and they've seen his head in the video shots. When you look at our Way Up with Yee videos on our Instagram page, on our YouTube channel, somehow his head gets in the way of the camera, and somebody spotted him and had a little crush on him. Listen to this.
It's this dude, he's bald. I've been seeing him on your Instagram page. I haven't really crushed on him, and I definitely plan on, introducing myself to him.
Well, that would be, his name is Nayv. Mano calls him Nayv. He runs the boards up here. He's from Brooklyn. And if you follow his page, right, I think it's Nick Seale.
All right, thank you.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yeah, shout out to Brooklyn. So, hopefully, she was saying she's going to slide in your DMs and try to holler at you. You were a little nervous about meeting somebody online, on Instagram, in your DMs and dating. So we just want to hear some really successful online dating stories. Our producer, Dan, you have one.
I did. I didn't meet her through social media. We met in person, but it was like 6 years before I then slid into her DMs.
Okay. All right. And she said, let's go out. She agreed to...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look at that.
There was a lot of talk in between, though. We talked for a while before we met in person.
And now they're getting married. All right. Well, let's see your guys' online success dating stories. Tristan, what's your story?
Around 10 years ago, I met my now wife on a date site. Yeah. She's like the second person, actually, I think I talked to on that site. And so I saw her interest on her page, and I was like, oh, we have a similar interest in an artist named Blue, a
Okay.
hip hop artist, and
Oh, Young Blue. He has something new he's working on too. So, okay.
met up soon after that, and been rocking ever since. Really,
And that is your wife.
that's my wife now. Yeah.
You hear this, Navy? Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Hey, Amelia. How are you?
I'm great, Angela. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. We want to hear your successful online dating story for Navy.
I put myself out there. I was very positive in what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I met a few frogs along the way, don't get me wrong. But I stayed consistent with it. Like anything, you have to stay consistent. And long story short, this brother been reaching out to me. I was curving him because just looking at the picture, it was like, it's not my type. But, sometimes you got to do something different. And I was living in another state. He lives in South Carolina. I lived in Savannah.
Okay, so what
We
happened?
got together.
So that's your man?
I met him. That's my husband.
That's your husband.
We're hitting on 5 years, but we'll be married. April will be a year.
All right, well, congratulations on that. See, Navy, all you got to do is be consistent. You might meet some frogs and maybe try something different. Okay.
But I will say this. The biggest thing for us was we didn't rush into a date. We got to know each other. We spoke every day. We video chatted. And I met him the end of March. Our first date was June 1st at my girlfriend's wedding.
Okay.
So get to know them on the phone because conversation is going to wean all of the frogs out. I'm telling you. I'm putting me first.
I
This
feel
is
like
how I
you
need
need
to do
your
it.
own podcast to talk about this because I know.
Well, I'm actually coming out with a book called Why Am I Not Married? So that's just a little plug.
I could tell. You got your research. Thank you for all of those points that you just hit.
You are welcome. But that maybe keep his head up and keep on trying and go for. And sometimes you have to go for the one that he wouldn't normally go for.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
You are welcome. Y'all have a great day.
All right. Well, that was us just talking about our guy Navy up here. We're trying to help him with his online dating. He's nervous, but we got some great tips and some great success stories. If you couldn't get through, call 800-292-5150. We still would love to hear from you. And let's talk about some trending things. Tyler Perry was trending yesterday. He's got a new movie trailer that dropped, and I know everybody's excited to see Kelly Rowland.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for some Yee tea. Let's talk about movies and television. Let's start off with Anthony Ramos. You know him from In the Heights. You also know him from Hamilton. Well, he's going to be now starring in the title role of Bob the Builder. It's a feature-length animated feature being developed by Mattel Films. It tells the story of Bob the Builder, who is going to be played by Anthony Ramos, Roberto in here. He's going to be traveling to Puerto Rico for a construction job, only to discover the issues affecting the island. And so that's going to be amazing. Also partnering on this, Jennifer Lopez, Benny Medina, Felipe Vargas, all of them will be partnering for this genius vision that's going to be happening. According to Anthony Ramos, he said, for years, Bob the Builder's characters have inspired young people around the world. I'm proud to partner with Mattel Films, Shadow Machine, New Eurekan Productions, and Felipe Vargas to bring this important message to the big screen, adding elements of life that are inspired by my own. That's exciting. I don't go really see animated, but I would see this. All right, and Vivica A. Fox is going to be hosting a food competition series called Family Recipe Rumble. According to reports, this will pit two families against each other as they battle in the kitchen for a $10,000 prize. They have to prepare 3 different meals for guest judges to taste using their family special recipes. Dan, you're nodding your head like
I love cooking shows.
I know you do. And mine, as I'm trying to get my house together, I'm like, my kitchen is going to be perfect to film some cooking things. So we'll see. Dan, for some reason, thinks I can't cook. All right. Now, Netflix has put out the first trailer for their crime thriller, Mea Culpa. This is written and directed by Tyler Perry. It's going to be coming out February 23rd, and it stars Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes. This was trending because everybody wants to see it. Here is the trailer for Mea Culpa.
Mr. Malloy, this is Mia Harper. I'd like to meet with you to discuss your case.
This is my life, and they're trying to ruin me.
You're repping Zaire Malloy.
You're damn right. Mr. Malloy, I am your attorney. I am not your friend.
Come here.
That does not seem appropriate.
Your eyes do what's appropriate. Close your eyes.
Someone has been covering up evidence in this case.
Man, people are excited to see this, but what it is, it's about Kelly Rowland, who's playing a criminal defense attorney, taking on the murder case against the character that Trevante Rhodes is playing, who's an artist accused of killing his girlfriend. And they said things are going to get very cagey and seductive. And when you see the trailer, you'll see some scenes that depict the seductiveness of it. Why are you nodding your head like that, Dan?
No, the trailer's dope. It definitely made me want to go see it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's on Netflix, so you can go home and see it. All right, now 50 Cent is addressing his weight loss. People were saying that he's using Ozempic, clearly. Well, here's what he had to say about that.
I was talking about weight loss. I was in the gym. I was working the out, man. They're going to say it's Ozempic. I was running. I was doing what I had to do. You see me on tour. I ran around. I was 253 pounds. I came down. I'm 210 right now, right? Al, so how you feel about it?
And he's also practicing abstinence this year, allegedly. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar. And one of them is in Florida. It has to do with banning social media accounts. We'll talk about it in Under the Radar. It's way up.
In the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yes, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it is time for these Under the Radar stories. Now, in Florida, they have passed a bill to ban social media accounts for children under the age of 16, even if there is parental approval. All right, that is a measure that is the top priority for the chamber speaker. This passed by the House. Now, the bill doesn't list which platforms would be affected, but it does target any social media site that tracks user activity, allows children to upload material and interact with others, and uses addictive features designed to cause excessive or compulsive use. The bill would not affect apps that are used for private messages between individuals, okay? That'll be interesting because I feel like you also don't have to be honest about your age when you sign up for a social media account. So that means there'll be a bunch of fake accounts there. So we'll see what happens. Other states are considering similar legislation, but most of them have not set a total ban. And so we'll see how this moves. Our kids are going to have, like, their necks will be bending forward because they look down so much as they use their phones. All right, now let's talk about Bishop Lamar Whitehead. If you guys recall, he was robbed during a live stream of his church service. And the third person who was actually known for... people know that he was one of the people because at first they were trying to say the whole thing was a setup and it was a staged robbery on the live stream. Well, now this person who was on the list of New York's most wanted fugitives was killed during a confrontation with marshals who were attempting to arrest him for the armed robbery. His name is Shamar Leggett, and Bishop Lamar Whitehead went live once he found out this news, and here's what he had to say.
I want the world to understand that I've forgiven him. I have no malice. I had no malice with him. What happened, happened. And I need everybody to understand that I am praying for the Leggett family. I don't wish no harm, no foul, no nothing. God has the ultimate last say.
All right. So Bishop Lamar Whitehead also, if you guys recall, they took off with his Rolex, his ruby and diamond ring. They had a gun at the back of his wife's head, at his head as well. He's also offering to even do the eulogy at the funeral and offering his services, and says that he feels like he was vindicated when it was revealed that he was indeed robbed and there wasn't something that he had orchestrated or set up. So he did discuss that and says that he has since forgiven him, and it is a sad situation and it's senseless, and he wishes that he would have just turned himself in. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. You know, we got the Way Up mix coming at the top of the hour. Plus, we have from South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Black Zack and Renni Rucci are going to be joining us today. They are artists, but they're also a cute couple. All right, and we'll be discussing their music, plus they're making music together, if you know what I mean. It's Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for your Yeetie. Justin Timberlake has put out a new single and video. By the way, this is rolling out leading up to his first album in 5 years. The album is called Everything I Thought It Was, but the new single and video is called Selfish. And by the way, looking at who wrote this, we see some names on there when you guys can take a look at that. He also did an interview with Zane Lowe on Apple Music. He said there are moments that are incredibly honest, but also there's a lot of effing fun on this album. And it looks like the video, it says here, was directed by Bradley J. Calder, who's also done SZA and Tinashe videos. But here is Selfish.
So if I get jealous, I can't help it.
Okay, what do you think? We like this in the room? We like this? We like this listening? Let us know. But aside from that, he's going to be on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. That's going to be on tonight. And also Saturday Night Live this Saturday. And he's also doing a special free concert at Irving Plaza in New York next week. And I think from what I saw, if you want to get those free tickets, they're not going to let you know if you got them until the day before. So you got to make sure you clear your schedule if you're trying to get those tickets. All right, 21 Savage sat down with Club Shay Shay, and he talked about a lot of different things. One thing that Shannon Sharp asked him was about not having a public relationship. Here's what happened.
Would you ever date publicly again?
Yeah, probably. Would you?
No, because I believe if you date publicly, you have to break up publicly, and you have to deal with your issue publicly. Yeah. If you date privately, you can break up privately and deal with any issues you may have privately.
Damn, I never thought about it. Like, you just taught me something. You might just change my mind.
Huh. Well, I thought that was going to go a whole different way. Another thing that happened in this interview was 21 Savage in its entirety told the story about getting shot on his 21st birthday. It's about 15 minutes long, so you guys will listen it to yourselves to hear the whole story. And he also talked about winning a spelling bee. Now, I'm bringing this up because Metro Boomin went on his live and said, you probably read 3,000 books a year too, huh? And he added 21 Savage. Here's that part.
Look at this, just looking for a lie to tell. Look at this.
We was just talking about this last night. We was playing the game, and they was like, spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And it was crazy because I won the spelling bee in 5th grade spelling that same word.
Wow.
And I won the math competition that same year.
This said he won the spelling bee in 5th grade spelling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
So Metro Boomin put that in his story and clearly does not believe that 21 Savage spelled supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Can anybody spell that word? I don't even know if is that a real word? For real? I don't know about that. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Any question that you have, we are here to help you out. It's Way Up, 800-292-5150.
It's relationship or career advice. Angela's dropping facts.
So you should know.
This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and it's time for Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Any question you have, I definitely want to help you out. Now, Liz is on the line. What's up, Liz?
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. What's your question?
How do I get out of this year-long situationship when it's like love involved? Like, I don't know how to get out of this.
Why is it a situationship?
Long story short, like, we worked together, and I just became, like, a mom, and so started hanging out with him at, like, 3 months, and then, like, it kind of just progressed little by little, so we used to, like, we hang out, like, every day, like, he sleeps over, we go out and do things, but when I bring up wanting to commit, he doesn't, and he kind of pulls away, and then it causes me to kind of pull back, and then when I do that, he kind of comes back in. Like, he has me wrapped around his finger so bad, and I don't know how to get out of this.
Is he dating anybody else?
No, so he makes it a point to show me that he's not talking to anybody else in that way, and it confuses me because he says that he doesn't want a relationship, but he does everything, like, relationship-wise.
Does he say why? What are his reasons?
He's explained that he's definitely gotten hurt, and I think he's under the impression that love is conditional based on what you can provide. I've definitely, like, bought him a lot of clothes and sneakers and things like that, and he's, like, you know, very grateful and stuff, but at the same time, it's like I'm doing all these things for a man that ultimately I feel like doesn't really care about me.
So you're buying him things. Is he reciprocating?
No.
Okay. All right, Liz, we got to be honest with ourselves.
And my thing, I think that he's just scared of like a title to it because he explains our relationship as a relationship with no title.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some people are really afraid of putting a title on things because of that attachment that comes with it.
How old is he?
He's 25 and I'm 29.
He's getting what he wants, but you're not getting what you want, and that's not fair.
I know.
And as long as you keep on giving him what he wants, but not getting what you want, that is not going to be ideal for you. And sometimes you got to do what's best for you. I understand that you love him, but how much longer can you go on like this? It also gives him an out to be like, we're not in a relationship. We're just seeing each other. So what if he runs into somebody else that he likes and decides he wants to start dating somebody? He has the freedom to do that because he's never told you that we're in a relationship.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I definitely brought that up, and then he's like, but I'm like, oh, so we're just a friends with benefits situation, and then his response was, oh, if that's what you think. So it's a lot of confusion. Like, I get
a lot of mind games. It's a lot of mind games. You have to take charge and figure out how much you can take, because I think that you'll be doing yourself a disservice being with somebody who won't 100% commit to you. And he can say, oh, this is just a title. Well, if it's just a title and that's all it is, let's put a title on it. Sometimes him knowing that he can do that and dictate how the relationship is and you're not going anywhere is not going to help. And so he knows that he'll do this as long as you'll let him get away with it. And if you put your foot down and you set those boundaries and you let him know, this is my decision and I'm firm about what it is that I'm deciding, then you'll see where you really stand.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. I know what I have to do. It's just hard. It's like a really
It's definitely hard. And things like this aren't ever going to be easy, but it'll be harder the longer you wait.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and maybe it'll end up good. Maybe he'll say, you know what, you're right. I don't want to be without you. And you being firm in this decision have made me realize that. Or maybe you'll see, you know what, like I had to do this for myself.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Liz, you know what you deserve, so go get it.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. And that was your Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. In case you couldn't get through, you could always leave a message and we'll answer your questions that way. And speaking of relationships, when we come back, we have Black Zack and Renni Rucci. They're a couple. They're both from South Carolina. And, you know, they both do music. So I cannot wait for y'all to hear this interview. It's super cute. It's way up.
Yeah. You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
Today by a real journalist, Kim Osario, and Renni Rucci is here, crashing Black Zack's interview.
What's that?
How long have y'all known each other?
For a long time. Like, of course, we're from the same place. We're from the same city, like neighborhood and all that. So,
was he the man in high school?
He always been a man.
Okay, all right. We like to hear it. And then now you're on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people just talking about your vulnerability and being able to relate to you because, you know, again, our condolences on your mom and you being able to express that. Like, that's not an easy thing to even talk about. But I know people appreciated you being able to do that.
When I first started the show, I was really guarded with what we would film. But it could help somebody, like seeing somebody else deal with it or help somebody else who don't know how to deal with it. Because I don't know how to deal with it. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Right. You know, seeing moments like that, though, is very real. Because sometimes, no offense, Kim, but sometimes people think reality TV ain't that real. You know, she executive produces some of these shows, so Love and Hip Hop.
I get that all the time. I get that all the time. Now, I think, like, sometimes people have to understand, like, a lot of those situations are real life situations. Like, I can't make up losing my mom. I can't make up, like, whether me and my kid's dad can co-parent or not. It'd be real life situations, but I think they can't look past the TV.
Now, Black Zack, you put out the 48 Hours project, and you started it off with Life is Beautiful, which is a great track to start it with because it feels like you're in a great space.
So beautiful.
So tell me how different life is now.
Of course, with my relationship, like, she made me feel way better than I ever felt, like, just showing me, like, what a real woman is, what real love is, I can say, or whatever, and just getting everything more organized, just getting my mind back together.
Right now, I'm joined by my friend, journalist Kim Osario, and we are interviewing Black Zack and Renni Rucci. And when y'all popped out, what was that decision like for you to finally make it official on the gram?
I had got his name tattooed on the back of my leg, and he was like, oh, I'm posting it.
How long was it before you got the tattoo that y'all had been dating?
It was. Was it a month yet?
Ooh, I told you it was real lustful and
that was fast.
Yeah.
All T, we see all 32.
I told you everything moved fast.
Wow. How did you know that she was the one?
Just like how different she made me feel, like she made me want to do the right.
But did you have any situations going on that I'm sure you did? Everybody had somebody.
Right.
I had a few.
So when you posted, what was that phone like? Bring, bring.
I guess they probably the fake pages and stuff got made and the trolls came and stuff.
What do you guys do? Do y'all text like the girls and let them know, like, listen?
Let me give a heads up.
Do you just like, it ain't mean that much, so you'll see when everybody else sees?
I guess they'll see when everybody else sees.
Yeah. Me and Angela getting these answers here today.
Yeah, I like this interview. I like this interview.
We're asking all the things that you wanted to ask.
You ain't gonna get in trouble. That's old.
She got the tattoo, you know?
Yeah.
Did he know you were getting it, or you just popped up like?
No,
look?
we talked about it while we was in Jamaica, and then something happened while we was in Jamaica. And I guess when we came back, he was like, "Yeah."
Oh, what happened in Jamaica? Speaking of what the girls do.
One of his situations that he was dealing with before, I guess she was like blowing him up and he wasn't like answering direct enough for her about what he had going on. And then she started like writing me and calling me. And, we just had a little conversation. And I guess he thought when we got back home, I was going to be like off the situation. Like,
right.
But no.
I love this. Did she respond? Did you respond to her?
Yeah, we
like
talked.
When she called you.
Well, I let her call a couple times, but it was like she kept calling because I wasn't going to do the like, we both had loose ends we had to tie up because everything happened so fast, I was giving him the room to handle his situation.
Like, Shirley,
when your situation keep coming, it's like, all right, girl, what you want to talk about?
Like, what is
it? Woman to woman.
I know he like trying to handle it, but like, why are you by like, all right, what's up?
She wanted to know from you what it was.
Well, I let her know. I listened to her. I wasn't like mean about it because I'm a woman.
It's
like,
not really her fault.
It's not. Like, I'm a woman. I understand how you feel, but by the end of the conversation, it was just like, okay, so I mean, I ain't leaving them alone.
Renni, Rucci, and Black Zack are here, and we have more with them when we come back. And listen, I get it. A lot of it is about their relationship. It's about the music too, but they're making beautiful music together. So we have more with them when we come back. It's Way Up.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I'm joined by acclaimed journalist Kim Osario, and we are talking to Renni, Rucci, and Black Zack. Are you guys soulmates?
I love that.
For sure.
Okay, so your lyrics ain't true.
I ain't no. When I made that song, and she said,
It was beforehand.
when I made that song before I met her. It's funny.
So now you believe in soulmates.
I know what it means now.
He say that all the time too. That's funny that you.
Yeah, it's funny she said that.
He says all the time that he believes in
every time the song played. I bet this song was before I knew. I did not know what no soulmate was.
Y'all so cute. All right, now what about meeting the kids? What was that process like?
I used to always see her kids like when she like do shows, so I speak to them then. And my little girl it's crazy because when we first popped out, she was the first one to say like she liked to see us together, and she don't deal with really nobody I done ever dealt with. So for my daughter to say that, I was like, yeah, I must be doing something.
That's a good like verification. Like, yes, this is it. And what about your daughter's mother? Was she okay? Did you have to have a conversation? Have y'all met?
No, I ain't gotta talk to them about like, what
I mean, because when somebody's gonna be around somebody's kid.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't was there any animosity?
His kid's mom is like, she was cool.
Okay,
the
that's
kids
good.
are like so sweet and respectful. Like, he got great kids. He a great dad.
All right, see, nice blended family. When you met his mom, what was that like?
Oh no, I love his mama. His mama remind me a lot of my mama. Like, she's so sweet.
Your biological father, where does he fit in any of this?
My daddy dead.
How long ago was that?
Like a year ago.
Okay, I'm sorry, I did not know that.
Nah, it's cool.
Did y'all have a relationship? Were you?
We ain't had a relationship for real, but it's like it was one of them moments like when I seen him sick and in the bed. That's when it hit me like, damn, that's my daddy. But we ain't never really had no relationship like that, so it's cool.
You knew he was sick, so you felt like you had to go and.
Okay. He was making it feel like he was making everything right with everybody. Like he came and stayed with me for Thanksgiving. Then he came and went with my sister, it just seemed like he was just going around to try to make everything right.
Okay, did you guys have like a real conversation about, because sometimes there's things that we are completely unaware of.
Yeah, I was like, I don't hate you. Like, everything turned out how it is. I know how stuff go with relationships now that I've done experienced good relationships and bad relationships. Like, who's to say? My mama telling me the whole truth, you know what I'm saying, about what happened with y'all. So I can't really go off that. So it's like, I just told him, I don't hate you. Like, I love you, still love you. So it is what it is.
Right now, I'm joined by my friend, journalist Kim Osario, and we are interviewing Black Zack and Renni Rucci. How did that affect you as far as being a father yourself?
It make you want to be like a better father for sure. Like, I always just try to be available and just try to understand like what they got going on.
And y'all have songs together too.
That was the first song we did together. We were being supposed to do some music together, but that's a whole nother story.
We didn't do no music together.
But
what happened?
You know,
we want to hear the whole nother story.
She was too Hollywood. She was Hollywood.
He was being Hollywood.
I can go to my phone right now. I can show where I sent 2 songs to you.
You guys weren't dating yet, though.
No, we weren't dating
at all. Okay. So what did you think when he sent you the 2 songs? What happened?
I don't even remember the 2. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't recall.
So he lying.
I'm not going to call him a liar because but I just don't recall. If we being for real, I was asking to be signed to his label and he didn't want to.
Oh.
She ain't gonna let that
Dirty
go.
Money Entertainment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she wanted to get signed to the label. And what happened?
My brother Beezer wasn't telling me that.
He don't recall.
I don't remember that.
That's some type of lapse in communication.
I swear. That's why I don't remember
Okay,
that.
that could be true, though. So you talked to his brother about signing to the label.
Yeah, I used to always say, like, where my DME train at?
That's not a conversation about being signed to the label.
Where we from, that's it's understood. It's like, you get what I'm saying. I'm going to talk to bruh about it. I seen him in the club a couple times since then. But I used to be trying to shoot my shot at him, too. He wouldn't.
Nah, I tried to holler at her first.
But look, it all worked out. We are where we are today.
Yeah, we're in a great place. Life is beautiful.
Right. Thank you so much to Renni Rucci and Black Zack for joining us, and also to my girl Kim Osario. And of course, you can watch the full thing on my YouTube channel on Way Up With Yee. You can even see when Mano came in and disrupted the entire vibes. Thank you, Mano. When we come back, you guys get to have the last word. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and another day in the books. I just want to thank everybody for listening today. You know, you guys are the Way Up family. I'll be in Memphis tomorrow, so shout out to everybody in Memphis listening. I'll be there for the weekend for the St. Jude's Children's Hospital fundraiser. I look forward to seeing you guys. And I also want to thank Renni Rucci and Black Zack for coming through. It was actually Black Zack's interview, and Renni Rucci kind of crashed the interview, but I think he liked it. You could watch the full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up With Yee. Also, shout out to the family inside the studio, Nayv, who is our board up. Had a good time today, and I think he's going to try his hand at online dating and people sliding into his DMs. A lot of you had your success stories, so we appreciate all of you for sharing. 800-292-5150, because this is your show. You have the last word.
I met my wife in 2007 on MySpace, and we still together. We've been together for 17 years, been married for 10, got 3 kids. Life ain't perfect, but it's good.
Hi, I want to shine a light on my husband, Christopher Mallard. He is the best thing that has ever happened to me. He works his butt off every day. I just want him to know that I love him with all my heart, and he means the world to me, and I can't appreciate anybody else more than him. I love you, baby. I know you're listening.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.